Live. This is the first time we're live on the channel here on Blue Collar Cruising. First time, and we'll have a special guest coming. I say a special guest. Isn't it not so special because he's in the freaking title for crying out loud? So it's not like I think when you have like a special guest, it's um like something you don't see coming, even though it's like in the I don't know. It's kind of weird that I'm actually on live on this channel, but all right, now he says he's ready. All right, I'll send him a link. But before I bring him on, man, I'm sorry, guys. First of all, we're doing this live, okay? So this is something we haven't really built this channel on, but I would like to see us do live feeds because I love talking cruising. I just do. I do love talking cruising. So let me hit the thing here. Oh, look, we've got some of the people from yeah, that's cool. Good seeing you guys. I see copy and let me punch it in here. Uh, Again, like I was saying though, all right, got it sent to him. Like I was saying, I haven't been on here in a month. I said I was going to do a weekly video, right? A weekly video, and I was going really good there for a while, and well, I just kind of just stopped. So we had a lot of business and stuff, a lot of stuff going on that just took a little bit more priority than this. So, but we're going to get to this, get the whole live stuff going on with the weekly deal, or do a weekly video. The lives, I'm not sure if we're going to go live every single week, but I certainly would love to. I certainly would love to. This is this is what my second biggest channel I have, and so obviously I wanted to to grow, and the only way you grow is just put out more content, and I've been failing at that because here's the deal. My last cruise was in July, and then I won't be on another cruise until February. However, the guy that we have coming on here in a minute, um, device is not connected. Mike, I don't know why it says that. So when I see you up in there, I'll bring you in. But so the guy coming in here, Salt Life Cruising, he will be he may be trying some different stuff. I kind of know him. He's kind of cool. Like trying different stuff out. But Salt Life Cruising, he is about to hit on the Carnival Spirit. And so we're going to talk about that. And then also we're going to, that may be on my end. Let me see if it's on my end. Yeah, I don't even have the option to bring you on. I don't know. Something's wrong on your end there, Mike. But anyways, but he's about to get on a ship. So what I had planned on doing with this is to, we'll talk about future cruises. We'll talk about camera equipment, vlogging, just cruising in general. And then I would like to have him come on here and get a kind of a cruise review. Even though he's got a channel, that's a part of this, just kind of called networking. It's kind of called networking. So once we let's see, football is on, and you're talking about cruising. We're talking about the Redskins and the Bears. Who cares about the Redskins and the Bears? Okay, all right. Let's just say that right there. They could have picked another one. Here he goes. You're working now. Let me bring you. There you go. What's up, Salt Life Cruising? Look at you. You're already ready to go.
Yep, got the tropical shirt on.
Yeah, because you delivered your last load until when?
Till I should go back to work on November 3rd. I deliver tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and then I'm off.
Look at you. 3rd. Look at you. Yeah, you're pretty much there. You got to deliver your last load. Well, no, you deliver it in the morning, right?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
And then like, hey, you're parking the truck. You're done with it until November 3rd.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. So you're going on the Carnival Spirit. Tell us about your cruise.
It's an 8-night cruise, Southern Caribbean. We're leaving out on the 22nd. We got Half Moon Cay, Bahamas, Grand Turk, Aruba, and Bonaire.
Oh yeah, good deal. I really enjoyed the Bahamas. For us, it was 8 day, but we spent most of our time. Let's see. Well, first of all, what port are you guys going out of?
Miami.
Miami. Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
we went to the Bahamas from Galveston, and it's quite a bit of a hike. It was an 8 day cruise for us, but we had what four ports, I think.
Yeah, ours 4 ports. Right when we leave that Saturday, we have 2 ports back to back. Then we have a sea day, then 2 ports back to back, then 2 sea days back to Miami.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, so you got a YouTube channel, Salt Life Cruising. We're both we're both little small baby channels compared to these big other cruise channels. But tell us what you're going to be putting on your channel there.
I don't do. I mean, I'm a little different. I just more make like a music video out of it. I'm going to try to start doing a little more talking and doing reviews. Just maybe try to do some tours on like the ship and the room tours and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mostly what I have up so far is just more like just like a music video of me and my wife doing what we're doing at these ports or on the ship.
and you're going to be on that vloggers cruise next year, aren't you?
Yeah, but January 29th.
Who's going to be on there? I know Sharon at Sea, EECC Travels, but who else is going to be on there?
Lolly Loca
Yeah,
and Cruising with Josh are the 4 main promoters on that cruise. But then
yeah.
there's a bunch of I would say almost all of them. Griffin and Alyssa were supposed to be on there, but Alyssa is having a baby, so it's just to the point where she can't cruise right now till after the baby's here and old enough. They just went on
Man,
their last cruise on the Disney Wonder, I think it was, or Disney Wish, one of the 2 Disney ships.
I'd be on there if the kiddo wasn't still in school. Of course, it's her last year. She's a senior this year, or I'd be all over that. Because I tell you what, because you and I both are going on the Carnival Jubilee for the
Oh yeah,
inaugural cruise out of Galveston. Let me tell you something. That is the hardest ticket to get. All right, that's just how it is. And we were there that when they first put them on sale, we were there to get them.
yeah. That ship
And
is already sold out.
yeah, like, and we got a really good room and all that kind of stuff. And there's going to be, I know a lot of YouTubers going to be on there. Probably John Heald, which if anyone, I know there's a lot of people in here that don't know who John Heald is. He's basically the brand ambassador of Carnival. He's a big old fat ugly guy that you may see on Facebook taking all these pictures and live feeds. He's that guy. And but anyway, he's kind of like that norm. Let me get your listen. I didn't prep you for this, but let me get your opinion. I'm putting you on the spot of the last video I posted up here. Had this big fight right on a
Oh yeah.
ship. And let me get your. I think I stated my opinion on it. Do you have an opinion on all that stuff? Because before you go, I saw like a video. I didn't see the video. I should have. That Carnival's trying to make some changes to where it promotes better behavior. I didn't even pay attention to it, but maybe I should. That way I have content on here. But what's your opinion on all that?
Yeah, that needs to stay off the cruise ship. It's not needed. We're all supposed to be there, coming together, keep all the other bad stuff, politics stuff off the ship, and
Yeah.
everyone's there coming together and having a good time. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're starting to, I think, starting to ban. So if we're gonna start banning people, if they start fighting or we start fining them, starting out like $500, something like that. I
Yeah.
heard, and I think even if they
I,
get banned off Carnival, they're gonna be banned off with the other brands too.
you know, that's
What
the
I'm
thing.
hearing.
When you have when you go on a cruise, my first cruise experience, and I think everyone remembers their first. You just have this feeling about it, and It didn't matter what political stance you took, what religion you are, what sexuality you are. None of that mattered, and everyone was
Oh,
on there to have a good time. And
yep,
and I see more and more and more people wearing political t-shirts and stuff. Like there's this last time my wife and I both said it. It's like this guy had a Let's Go Brandon shirt. And I'm like, as much as I may agree with that, um, I think that that's not a place because there's a lot of people that don't. And
yep,
you want to make it, to me, I like to represent where I'm from. So I may wear a bunch of Texas stuff, Cowboys stuff, Dallas Cowboys stuff. But outside of that, I'm not going to try to make someone feel uncomfortable with something that I wear. Because everyone's there for that good time.
yep,
But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This is what I have, and I thought about this. I think they should raise the ticket prices on. They don't call them tickets, but they should raise the fares. You know,
yep,
and just promote the whole classiness of it. Listen, I know that they're trying to say, "Oh, Carnival's this fun ship, and it's for everyone, it's family." But man, I sit there and I see these fights, and I don't want to say too much that people take offense, but let's just say that most of these people um aren't the classy type, let's just say. And listen, I'm not
no,
classy, I'm not fancy, I'm not classy, but when I get up on there, I feel that way. I feel like I feel like I'm $1,000,000, right? That's the way I want to feel because everybody's they're waiting on you and everything. And and you save up for this, and so I tip well and do all that kind of stuff. And there's fancy dinners and stuff like that. Like, man, just feel like you're rich. You may not be rich. This is blue collar cruising, for crying out loud. We ain't rich, but it's that chance where we could feel rich. But even though we may not be. But that's the way I've always seen it. And I just wish more people would just respect each other's spaces for sure.
yep, yep.
But so you've got a new camera talking about the GoPro 11, and I can't wait to see the stuff that you come up. Did you get some accessories with it? What you get for it? Uh-oh, talking about technical dick. I don't know if that's on his side or my side. He was starting to get pixelated a little bit. Nope, that's on his side. I see it on my phone. But anyway, I'll add him back when he gets up in here. So here's the deal. I mean, me and Mike, we talk about cameras all the time. We talk about cruising all the time, and you know, um, and I mean, there's all sorts of stuff we like to do when we're. And this is what I give him a hard time about, right? Like, like when I post a video, I post it pretty doggone fast or whatever. I'm gonna bust his balls a little bit. There he goes. So first of all, before I was going to start talking about your camera and stuff, I was going to bust your balls
Live.
Uh,
This is the first.
I heard myself. I hate hearing myself. I make a living off doing voiceovers and freaking I hate hearing myself. But anyway, so yeah, so I was gonna bust your balls. You got all this camera stuff and it takes you 2 years to put up a video.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm not that fast editing yet. I'm still learning it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to learn how to do color correction stuff yet. I'm just doing the basics.
I tell you what,
It'll come.
when I first started doing the color stuff, I use them to show you an app. So this is Video Shop. Obviously, I've got some trucking stuff on there, but on here there's some settings on here that I would always go to and put in those settings. And I do it for all my vlogs, not just cruising, but trucker vlogs and all that. And this is all when I was doing this. Now, once I got Final Cut, it's just different. The Final Cut has all these great sources, and I like a lot of saturation on my stuff because it brings out a lot of color, especially when you're dealing with underwater stuff. So I do that. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's beautiful." I'm like, yeah. Well, there's a lot of saturation to it. It's still beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I do mess with the color a little bit to make a pretty video. Because I want to see the blue sky. I want to see the blue water. I want to see when I'm underwater. I really want to bring out the colors of the fish and the coral and the water. But anyways, but tell us about the stuff you got for your new GoPro 11.
I got a little bit of everything. What I'm using right now, I even got a new gimbal for the phone. I got some new microphones, new sticks, ND filters, water filters to help with the color when you're underwater.
Yeah,
even a little more cinematic. I got the actual ND filters when I'm outside, just doing normal filming.
Yeah. Tex Crowley does a lot of those
in the bright sun.
Yeah, like you could just put them on. You don't have to do that
I got
in
the new
post.
Insta360. I got several sticks for that. I got one stick for the Insta360. It's damn near 10 foot long.
You did get that. Oh, we lost him again. Parts Unknown is got T-Mobile.
I don't know if I'm
Are you back?
It's cutting out.
Yeah. You're
yeah. It's buffering.
Yeah. You're kind of in and out. You hearing me now?
Yeah.
All right. So I was wondering if you were going to get that big old long stick. And
yep, I got the 9. I think it's like 9.8.
I'll tell you what, though, that's going to obviously you do look good. It'll look
like a time lapse when we're leaving.
He's cutting out again. You there? Hello. The internet and Parts Unknown. This is how it's going on.
I think I'm losing you again.
Yep, you are. Hello. Do you see me? I think he's like there is a delay. There's like a 5-minute delay. It seems like because he stopped right in the middle of a sentence a while ago. All right. So anyway, the internet's is kind of lagging where he's at. Oh wait, there you're back. You're back.
I don't know what's going on. I thought I have it on my Wi-Fi.
And put it on a Wii Boost. That always never works. But anyways, oh, what were you talking about? Oh, that big old long pole. How you going to do all that? What kind of footage are you going to plan on getting on with that? With
the first thing I'm going to try to do is like when we're doing sail away. Mm-hmm. If I don't get in trouble for it, I'm going to ask permission. But see if I can. I have not. I was going to email or send John Hill the message if he can answer the question, but I haven't done it yet. But I want to try to strap it down to one of the where the railing is, to where there's like one of the posts is, and stick it straight up, and try to get a time lapse of the sail away.
That would be really good. I've seen some videos like that, not like you're saying. I've just had it, where someone would put it on the. Are you going to try to do that in 360 though? That'd be weird. Now
doing it in 360.
That would be awesome. I haven't seen that. That would be like really, really cool. The 360 cameras do a lot of cool stuff. I've got mine, and I don't vlog with it. I just get those special shots now. At first, I vlogged with it, and the camera sucked. Well, I say the camera sucked for it. It wasn't 4K, and the microphone really sucked. But it took amazing 360 shots, and I still use it for that. I have the 9, and I have, let's see, this thing right here for the 9, which is has the microphone to it, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, I bought the medium mod also.
Yeah. You have your little spots where you can put your microphone, has your little doors and stuff to plug them all in, lights and stuff like that. I'm gonna see how you like the 11, and if you like it, I'll probably get it before maybe my next cruise or 2. I don't know.
Yeah, I got home about 6:30, and I haven't even seen it yet. It got shipped right after I arrived, right after I left the house. I I got a pile over there by the front door of stuff I need to open up yet.
Let's see. One of the things I'm wanting to do one of these days, I keep on saying this, is getting a drone. I was going to do it. I was going to do it like now, right now, to be a perfect opportunity because I don't have any cruises. We're in between a lot of stuff here, but what we're doing is we're reinvesting into our business, and we basically transformed this whole part of the shop over here. It had her little area, and my little area over here, and in a lounge area in the middle where we just lay down and watch TV or something on a couch. But now took the couch out and got another desk. So she's got 3 desks over there, a bunch of storage stuff, and we're getting prepared to do these shirts out of here. And we should be ordering that equipment. Well, I think it takes like a month or 2 to get here, I think, or a couple of weeks. I don't even know. But hopefully we'll be selling shirts by the end of this year. But reason why I said all that is like, well, I was going to invest in a drone, but how much money is that drone going to make me? It's not going to make me much because it's like, okay, you get this few shots here and there. It makes a great video. But how much money am I going to make off that? When this other equipment, I make money, hand over fist if we do it right.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that's that. But man, I'm looking forward to next year's cruises. I know you got one coming up and all that, and then one just a couple months after. See, you're kind of like me, like earlier this year. Like every time you turn around, you're going on a cruise because you got one this month and then in January.
Yeah, this cruise actually here is they're making up from our cancellation from April of 21 because of the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at it like that, we only did one cruise this year. When the other 2 cruises we did were those makeup cruises, those 2 Vista cruises. So out of all the ships you've been on, which one's your favorite so far?
I've only been mainly Carnival. I did my very, very first cruise was on the MSC Divina. That was a special cruise. And I had to go. I don't know how to say it. My wife says she was going with or without me. Mm-hmm. That was a themed cruise where most passengers did not know it was happening on the MSC. It was a Def Leppard cruise.
Oh, so you had a mixture. You had people going there for the Def Leppard, and then the people like, what's going on with all these rock heads?
Yes, they were not very happy. So that's what kind of got us started. And I think, was that 16, 17? I don't quite remember what exactly years. One of the two, 16 or 17. And then we talked about going on another cruise at some point, but it never happened. And then you put out a video for the cruise back in 2019, and that was my first Carnival on the Carnival Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Carnival. I'll just name off the ships I've been on. It was MSC, Divina, the Carnival Dream, Carnival Legend, Carnival Breeze, and the Vista. I would have to say it's a top for style of ship. I give it to the Divina. It's more on the luxury type side, lot nicer, elegant. But for the best time on the ship, I'm saying it'll be between the Dream and the Vista.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. The Dream, obviously, I think I've been on it 5 times. It's been a bunch of times. And we went on this last time, and it felt like it was like cruising on our home ship, right? Because it was just felt so comfortable, and we spent so much time on the Dream before, and then been on the Vista for the first time this year. Really liked our first cruise, the room at least, better than the second. We stayed in a grand suite. Where this last one we took in June, we stayed at one of those corner aft suites in the Havana area.
Yeah.
The Havana area is where it's at. Yeah. I urge everyone, if you don't get in a Havana room, get a grand suite, because I don't think you could be in the Havana area unless you have certain types of rooms. And let me just say, if you want to get away from the riffraff, that is the place to do it. Man, we spent so much time in the hot tub and the pool and the little private bar they have over there, which is just really nice, especially in the summertime when you're trying to get away from all the kids. My favorite, see, I've been on the Dream the most, Vista, Glory, Breeze. I'm kind of like you. The top two is a Dream and the Vista. I think Dream would be the top just because of how comfortable it is. It doesn't have as many toys on it, right? It doesn't have the Cucini del Capitano. It doesn't have that. I wish it did.
Yeah, the Legend I found, or not the Legend, but the Spirit don't have it on there either. So me and Jennifer are a little disappointed.
See, here's the deal. Like, we went on the Vista twice. The first time it was open because of staff shortages. The second time we went last June, it was closed. You could still get certain items off the menu there in the main dining room, but it was just like, I just so I missed it the second time. So I've only been on 2 ships. The Breeze was the first time I had it, and I just fell in love. As a matter of fact, you and I talked earlier about doing this, like kind of like re-releasing some just individual parts of a video where I tried the Cucini del Capitano for the first time. My review of it, as short as what it was, I think I should have done more of a review. But you know how those, especially the Cucini del Capitano, it's not as loud as a main dining room, and it's like, I don't want to talk too loud in here. Everybody's going to sit there and hear me. I'm not as outgoing as the ECC Travels are. They'll sit there and they don't care who's listening. I mean, props to them for doing that. I'm going to just kind of keep it down. I want to pretend like I'm not really doing a video over here. And, and because people look at you. Anytime you hold a camera in your hand, people, you know it. You see them. People look at you. Oh, he's got a camera in his hand. Here it is, 2022. Like,
cameras everywhere.
Cameras everywhere on your phone, but no, you got a special camera. There's like, oh, is he a YouTuber? Is he a vlogger? Is he a TV guy? I was watching a cruise video yesterday or day before. It was one of my favorites, Jim Hackman. He didn't do very much. It's all music based, right?
Yeah.
And does really cool videos. Is really chilled out. But he was on a sail away, and I guess there was just some kid that came up, little kid, and he says, "Are you a YouTuber?" And I just think when I was that age of a kid, I was, if I saw someone with a camera, I would say, "Are you on TV?" That's what I'd be asking. Are you on TV? But now it's like, "Are you a YouTuber?" It's kind of crazy how the different generations are, but anyway, but yeah, that's one of the things I like doing. I haven't yet to go on a cruise without doing a daggone video.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like my 2015 cruise, that very first cruise we took. It was all just one video, just one stinking video for the whole thing, and then my second cruise was in 2016, but it was like almost 2 years later because we went on February of 15 and then Thanksgiving of 16. By that time, it was almost 2 years worth of watching other people's content, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to do a 7-day or 8-day videos, and all that. And I think at that time that was really popular. I think now it's like you make videos within the day, and which kind of sucks because I enjoy filming a lot of B-roll. B-roll.
Pretty much all my videos, that's what it is so far until I start talking.
Right. That's the talking thing. And I think one of the things I started doing a little bit because he's not on here. I don't think anymore. I saw James Best, but he's one of the guys that watch the cruise. He says, you need to do more talking, less music, more talking. I'm like, I like it. So I'm trying to go and mix the two up, right? Have some music, because you got to listen, like you want that feel, and that music gives you the feel but so I do like a review of my day you know, and usually I go out on the balcony and say something, or wife's in the shower, or whatever. Or sometimes my wife will lay down early and I'm out roaming around on the ship and I start talking to the camera then. But that's
Yeah.
usually when I get it done. I don't really, you know, do that much talking on a video when, like, sometimes I guess when we're eating breakfast or dinner or something like that, I'll say a few words, but it's not a lot to make a whole video out of, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's different than in trucking, right? You know, starting off as a vlogging and, you know, vlogger in trucking, um, you're by yourself. I remember a buddy of mine told me, like, oh, it's like, you know, it's like you needed someone to talk to, not like, you know, oh, my feeling sensitive, or, you know, counseling. But no, it's like you know, he was right. It's like, hey, you got this camera right here, someone to talk to. I'm talking to the camera here. And it's easy when you're in the truck, I think. But when you know, when you're with the wife and you have a lot of people around, you know, and you get distracted, you're not in the mood until
Yeah.
like after the cruise is over. I'm like, shoot, I wish I would have said something, said
Yeah.
more, but you can't go
Yeah.
back and fix it unless you
Nope.
do voiceover. That's another.
Yeah.
My wife told me to do this, do voiceover, and so I may like record voiceover for a lot of things. There's one YouTuber I saw. I don't know if you've seen him. He does like room tours, room reviews, cruise reviews, and I think he's an older gentleman. I don't know his name. He's got a pretty good following,
Is he real
and
tall?
he may be.
So tall and real thin. I think I might have seen him.
But he does most of his stuff is all voiceover. He films, does his filming on the ship, and he takes it and does voiceover.
Yeah.
And that's something to think about. You know, it's like, you know, I may do that more. We'll see. That's something you film for. You film for voiceover, because then let's just say you're filming an excursion and you gotta hold the camera for a slow. Okay, well, I don't know how long I'm going to talk. Okay, so maybe I
Yeah.
should just leave it here for about 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. But I get long-winded and I talk slow when I'm, you know, it doesn't matter. And so maybe I should hold it there for 5 minutes, but that's too long. So it's interesting how I do it. I think one of the people asked me about, they wanted more information on embarkation day. People are always interested in embarkation day. Out of all the cruise videos, sail away days, or people have, you know, they want to know more about it. And it's like, well, there's a lot of things you can't film, like in the you know, or in the security checks and stuff like that. You can't film that stuff. So
Yeah. When I get down to Miami, I'm actually going to try to do like what we did down in Galveston and watch the cruise ships even come in that morning.
hopefully the mosquitoes won't be as bad.
Yeah, I hope not.
Dude, I remember telling you, I'm gonna go out there this wintertime. They're not gonna be that bad. I went out there this February cruise. We watched a Vista come in, or I watched it. My wife stayed in bed. And let me tell you what, it didn't matter in Galveston what time of year it is. Those mosquitoes are still that big. Well, their needles are
Yeah.
that big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
I
you,
remember that July cruise, man. It was bad.
it was bad. And I'll tell you what, the last time we went to Galveston, about a month or so ago, we went down there, and we went down to Crystal Beach. We go down to Crystal Beach all the time. I need to film stuff like this. But anyway, the wind was blowing out of the north, which rarely happens down there, which makes it where if you're sitting on the beach in the evening, well, all times of the day, really, but especially in the evening, there's no wind, because the wind is actually being blocked by the houses, the barrier, and all that kind of stuff. So you don't have any wind. And let me tell you, even on the beach, the mosquitoes got really bad. we couldn't sit out there that long. We were going to watch.
Yeah.
We did watch the moon come up, but it got unbearable when the wind's blowing out of the south on the beach. It's perfect. Blows the mosquitoes out. They don't come. They don't get you, but they get bad, man. Shoot, New Orleans gets really bad now. Obviously, not cruise related, even though people cruise out of there. But I remember one time in a little town called Laplace, Louisiana. Spent the night behind a Home Depot in my truck, and it's like, it was a nice, cool night. And I'm just gonna go shut it off and open up the windows and the little side door. I did that. The worst mistake. It took me a week to get all those mosquitoes out of that daggum truck.
Oh man.
I mean, to tell you, it was like January. It was like January. It's like, well, but you think the cold weather gets rid of the mosquitoes? You up there in Iowa, it gets pretty darn cold up there, don't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You
mosquitoes
get
are done now. So mosquitoes are done this year.
Yeah, but you still, like in the summertime though, you still get mosquitoes though.
Oh, not near as big as what
Not that
Galveston
big.
was. No.
No, I don't think anywhere gets that. So, for those of you guys wondering where we're talking about, if you ever go down to Galveston to watch the cruise ships roll in, if you go down to the end, and you watch them go out there too, if you want to. If you go down to the end of the Seawall Boulevard on the north side of the island, you pass where the ferry turns off, and it turns into, you just run into a dead end, and that's the water, and you see the ships rolling in and out. I always think that Otis Redding song, sitting on the dock of the bay, every time I go out there. But anyway, but there's a spot you can park out there. It's totally totally free. Okay, that could be a problem at night. There's some weirdos that come out there, but about 5 or 6 in the morning, the ships will roll by on a Saturday or whenever the ships are coming, in and out. And that's a good spot to watch them. And but you may want to stay in your vehicle, with AC on, and because they are thick.
Yeah, they are. Got some stray cats and some raccoons down there too.
Yep, they sure do, and people feed them. Like that's the reason why they're down there.
Yep. Yeah, I had a raccoon come up to me, and it was within probably 4 or 5 foot from me. I think I was going to give it food. I said, I don't have nothing for you. Sorry.
Yeah. The last time I was down there, I was by myself, and I seen all them out there running around. Some old man came out just to feed the cats and the raccoons, and he had different places he fed them. And yeah, that's nice, I guess for them. But
yep.
That's a good place to fly a drone right there too. I think when the ships are coming in and out.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Yeah, but
the one spot I can do that in Miami. I'll be leaving a lot closer to the ship, so it's not as far out like it is down in Galveston. It'll be like right there, so it's gonna get good shots.
There's another place in Galveston called Seawolf Park. You have to pay to go in there. It's like $5 or whatever for a carload, and you can go up in there. A lot of people fish there. They have like a couple of old Navy relics there, but a lot of people fish there. But that's another good spot to watch the ships come in and out. And it's right there. You know how like where the ships make a turn and they start to head towards out to sea. It's right there where they make that sharp turn. And it's right there on that point. And that's another good spot. I got a video of the Carnival Freedom from right there at that spot. And that was fun. And it's a good spot as well. I need to do more, videos of ships leaving. Especially, I think people will have more interest in when the ships leave.
Yeah, we get down to Miami on that Thursday. I think we'll be down there early enough before they leave, and I'm gonna get down there. Try to see them during the day, so instead of the early morning night hours.
Yeah,
it's dark out.
I would say for the general public that watches videos, they want to see them leave out, right? Exciting.
Yeah.
But for your video series that you make for yourself, you're like, okay, this is my ship coming in, and this is part of it. Like, hey, this is part of Sail Away. The whole ship coming in to come pick us up. I think that's a a neat shot. It builds anticipation whether you're a vlogger or not. It's still fun to do. It makes if you're not already excited already. I mean, I can't hardly sleep on cruise day or the night before the cruise.
No.
I mean, I'll get to sleep about 2 o'clock in the morning. If I wake up, I'll look at the time, and then I don't know if you have this, but what's it called? It's like marine traffic app, and you can see where all the ships are at. Yeah, it's called marine traffic, and you can see where all the ships and boats. If it's out there on the water, it tells you. But obviously, the cruise ships as well. And I'll sit there and it's like, oh, I wonder if the Vista's coming in, or the Breeze, or the Dream, or whatever's out there. And oh yeah, there it is. Oh, I'm gonna go and get up, and and then when I get back, I'll bring my wife some breakfast and all that kind of stuff. But and then obviously, right there where we went after that time, where you go over there by the Harbor House Hotel, that little spot right there, you got to kind of have to pay to park there, but you can walk out there and watch the ships roll in right there. That's a nice spot to watch them come in and out. And last time I went there, the owner of the Houston Rockets, had his big old yacht there. That thing was nice. You saw that on your last one, didn't you?
Yep. He had a helicopter on the back of that thing too.
Oh, I didn't see the helicopter on the time I went out there.
Little helicopter on the back of that.
That's crazy, Rich. I would love to do something like that. No more cruising for me. I'd live out at sea, only come back just to get supplies, and that's it.
Yep.
I mean, Jerry Jones, I remember they did the NFL draft here a couple of years ago, right? And they did it, where everybody, because of the pandemic going on. And so they did the draft, and Jerry Jones is on his yacht out in the middle of the freaking ocean somewhere. Dang, I wanted to be that. Let's see. Cruise Vet says Seawolf Park is a good place to spend a day when you got nothing to do. Yeah, fish. Just if you like watching ships roll in and out like I do, and boats and stuff, I enjoy stuff like that. It's relaxing, especially this time of year. It's cooler. It's getting cooler at least, because down there it gets pretty darn humid. But October, November, December down there, it's beautiful down there. It's probably some of the best weather you see down there, where you don't just sweat all the time. It's a great time. As a matter of fact, we were talking about going this weekend. It's my daughter's birthday, or we would be going because the Cowboys don't come on until Sunday night. We're thinking about going down there tomorrow, and we still may do it. Like, I ain't counted it out. It's like, hey, here, blow out your candles, okay? We're going down there and to the coast, and we spend a couple days down there, and come back and be back in time for the Cowboy game.
Yeah.
Because we like going down there this time of year is pretty cheap. About $150 a night for a room, which is a lot better than what it is during the peak season.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can't get anything for under $400 during the peak season. It's hard to find, at least. And yeah, this time of year is a great time to go spend down there in the Galveston, Crystal Beach area.
I'm thinking about when we get back from this cruise. I think shortly after the cruise, the hotel should be opening up to reserve a room for our of next year's cruise on the Jubilee.
Yeah,
it's just too soon right now, but I think I'm going to try to get something locked in. If it's sold out already, I'm going to get a room quick.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, an Airbnb or something like that, but that gets pretty expensive. Those are nice. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, I was flipping through the channels, which I rarely do, and because I only go to my certain channels anyways, it was like one of these shows that has, you may have seen it, I think it's on Destination America or something, where you have a couple right? A family looking to buy a house. This is all scripted. And you have this realtor or whatever shows them 3 houses and they're supposed to choose and they're going through there and walk. Well, they had a Crystal Beach version of it. I was like, oh, that got my interest. Those houses are going for $250,000 and stuff like that. I would have thought they would have gotten actually for more on them, but I was sitting there looking at those houses like I've seen those on Airbnb. I've seen those same exact. I was like, I know what you're doing. This house ain't for sale. This is an Airbnb house.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is you have to cross the ferry for Crystal Beach. Now, if you can stay on the island, but Crystal Beach is better. It just is. If you're going to go to the beach, it's drive on the beach. It's a lot more laid back over there. Most of the people from Houston, or wherever are tourists, they go on the beach on Galveston Island and they park on the seawall and they do their deal. And it gets pretty packed. You go on Crystal Beach, yeah, the locals go there to Crystal Beach, but and the fishermen don't bother me none, and it's spread out. So
Yeah.
something to think about on that Jubilee cruise for sure, because that Jubilee cruise, man, that's Thanksgiving. And yeah, I don't know how many days we're going to spend there. I'll probably stay at the Holiday Inn Resort there. We like the Holiday Inn Resort. It's right next to the San Luis. San Luis is always about $200 more expensive than the Holiday Inn there. And that San Luis, you've got to spend like, hey, you spending that much time there, you better get your money's worth out of it. And really, all we do at a hotel in Galveston is a place to lay our head, because the rest of the time we're out doing stuff. And so it's a little too rich. But the good thing about the Holiday Inn Resort there, it has the balcony where you could kind of go out there and hang out and watch. And this time of year is probably about a $200 some odd thing. During peak season is between, it's about $400, $450.
Yeah.
So I think the last time we stayed there was, when was the last time we stayed there? No, it was the, oh gosh, it was the Dream Cruise. And then we went down there on the February cruise, and February cruise is like $350. I think this last time it was almost $500. It was ridiculous, but it was still nice. But
also on that Jubilee cruise, I'm thinking I want to go down a couple days prior and watch the Jubilee actually arrived into Galveston.
I wonder, like, I know that they're allowed to, they bring a lot of media people on, and they bring a lot of travel agents on, and they get their videos in. I wonder what credentials you have to be able to be one of those people that would do a walkthrough without all the guests and all the riffraff that goes on a cruise. Just all you're doing is filming. That would be fun.
Yeah, I would.
That's something that we should look into for real. Because that's good content. It's stuff to build our channels on. And besides, hey, one of the first. Obviously, you got the transatlantic. That's technically the first, but the inaugural cruise out of Galveston, that's the real cruise. Listen, I know transatlantic is blah blah blah. No, it's the big one out of Galveston. Okay, so one of these days I am going to do a transatlantic, though. That would be fun. What's your dream cruise? Tell me about your dream cruise.
I'm thinking I want to do an Australian or do something over in Europe.
They've got I do want to hit Alaska.
Yeah.
I just wish the ones that I want to go to like Hawaii. But the Carnival cruise ships, they it's like, what was that one? I can't remember which one. I was like, I'm not a big fan. I wish they would bring some newer ships out there to do those, And I think the ports in Hawaii are for smaller ships, and I think that's the reason why they don't bring bigger ships out there. Those are like 14, 15-day cruises.
Yeah, if I did a Hawaiian cruise, I would actually fly to Hawaii and get on the NCL Pride of America.
Mm.
That's what I would do. And you get to see more of the Hawaiian Islands instead of coming from LA or California somewhere and going down there.
I think that's a part of it, especially for my wife. She loves all the sea days. And
Yeah.
when you're going on there 14, 15 days, like, yeah, that's our back-to-back next year, right? Our back-to-back's like, man, that's a lot of freaking cruising. I'll tell you what, this past cruise on the Dream, it was 8 days, and it's like, wow, man, this is like so much longer than a 7-day. Only it was just 1 day more, but it
Yep.
felt like it was a lifetime more, but it was only a day more.
Yep.
So that back to back, that's something I'm looking forward to. We got a grand suite on that one because we weren't a fan. Like I said, we weren't a fan of the Havana rooms. And so it's like, well, if we get a grand suite, you know, you have the perks of the Havana area and those rooms, those grand suite rooms, the little couch they have in there. Oh, totally comfortable.
Yeah.
So comfortable. So we're going to be living large for that one. Because trust me, that's a large pay. For to do 2 back-to-backs on a grand suite in the peak season. Yeah, that's a pretty expensive ticket right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm
But
doing my first suite on Carnival on the Jubilee, doing the Ocean Suite.
the Ocean Suite. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's just. I'm looking forward to that. And we haven't booked any cruises since. We don't have any cruises booked after that one, and I'm trying to figure out when we're going to cruise next and what ship we're going to cruise. One of the things that we talked about a little earlier was like, hey, you know, all this stuff going on with the fights and all that on Carnival. It's like, man, if Carnival doesn't put in some changes or whatever, we may go change to a Princess or an MSC or something like that, where it is a little bit more. It costs more, but there's higher standards, a little bit more classy. And we're not classy folks, but we enjoy cruising.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to check out a Celebrity or a royal ship, Princess, one of these days.
I think I would love to be that channel. I think anyone does, right? I think that's what the bigger YouTubers, they get to do the stuff that we want to do, which is cool for them. It takes a long way to get there, and it takes a lot of hard work. But man, I would love to be able to get to the point where I get paid to do a cruise review on different ships, right? So I go on a ship just to review it. Obviously, we go to vacation and whatnot, but like, man, you got these guys like Tony and Don and EECC Travels and Sharon and all them. That's what they do. They go on all these cruises. I think some of them are partial to different ones. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Sharon at Sea, I think they like Carnival more than the most. You agree with that?
I think it's between Carnival and Norwegian.
Norwegian?
That's how I take it.
And then I've seen where Don and Tony, they got really a lot of, you know, same taste. They're more Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, probably MSC too. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking that too now. I think it started off with Carnival.
Mm-hmm. I know EECC Travels, that's all they would do at first. That's how I discovered them. I discovered them, gosh, maybe their first or second cruise. Their kids were a lot smaller, okay, and they were on the Dream out of New Orleans.
That's how I found them, but that's how I found out about them when I was searching YouTube and Carnival Dream and came across their video for our 2019 cruise.
Yeah. When did it was sometime in there for sure. And I remember them, you know, really, you know, but they expanded. They expanded to all these different ones and stuff like that. Yeah. I think the thing that drives me, I don't know about you. What drives you? What drives me is the loyalty thing. So it's like, man, I'd try this, but man, I'm almost at platinum.
I wish I was there. I just went gold on the last cruise. I think it was, or the one before that, one of the two. Yeah, we just went finally gold.
Yeah, but I like. Does that drive you though, or is it like, oh, I want to just try the different ships?
Part of it, I try to mix up a little bit of everything. Like I've mainly done Carnival, other than the very first one on MSC. When I book a cruise, I want to change the ship, but I try to change the itinerary too, a little bit, or at least have at least one port I haven't been to yet. So like even when I go on the January cruise, it's a Western. That's all I pretty much done is Western so far up until this coming cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one new port on it. It's the Costa Maya. I haven't been to Costa Maya yet.
Yeah,
it's going to Belize. It's going to Honduras, Cozumel, and then Costa Maya.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This last cruise, they're all new ports for us, and we've been doing Western Caribbean all the time. It was our first. This last cruise was the first cruise we went on where we didn't go to Cozumel. It was the weirdest daggum thing, and I have Cozumel on it, which I love Cozumel. I love it.
So do I. It's probably my top two, top three.
Yeah. Let's see. I've only done Carnival, Royal Caribbean because mostly sell out of Galveston. Yeah, and they're building. I don't know. Did you see? I don't know. Last time I saw it, they've got that big, huge Royal Caribbean terminal that they're building over there. And they had. It was almost ready when I went over there. It's huge. Never seen anything that big as far in cruising. Because most of it is just like, kind of small. But man, this thing was huge. Like, yeah, they're going to put some of those. I don't know what ships they've announced for there, but I'm sure they've got an Oasis class ship coming in there with something that big.
I think so.
Those Oasis ships, man. I have mixed feelings about Oasis class ships or any of those big ships. Doesn't have to be just Royal Caribbean. I go and I'm like, oh, I'm going to book this. That's a huge thing. But then I go to those rooms. Those rooms are smaller than the ones that are on Carnival for a suite.
Yeah, they're probably just trying to compact them in there to get that many people on there.
And I'm like, oh, man, And then I go and I start watching these videos of people post, and I'm like, that's a lot of people. And I was like, I'll book with what I know. And that's a sad thing. That what ship? There's a Fantasy Clap ship that they're scrapping this week, right? Is their last? Which one is it? It's been all over the Facebook. I forget which one it is. It's one of the oldest ships.
So I think does it start with an E? Evolution or not evolution? Elation.
Elation. Okay.
Is that it?
I think so. And listen, I mean, I may ecstasy. Okay, it's Carnival ecstasy. And I may turn into one of those guys like, I may prefer the smaller ships. I don't know. We'll find out when we get on the Jubilee. But the thing I liked about the Dream, that it was simple. It was a simple ship. And it was elegant, It didn't have the modern feel that the Vista has, or even the Breeze. The Breeze is the same class ship as the Dream, but they had that kind of elegance, and you had the elevators in the atrium, and you go on the Vista, you miss that. You miss those elevators in the. You wouldn't think something that small. Who cares about an elevator where it's located? No, it means something. It definitely does mean it's that whole feel of the ship. When you first get on a ship, you see that big atrium, and it just looks so elegant and huge. And when you get on the Vista, that LED thing is cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's not but it's not awe-inspiring and Carnival's getting away from that. I think that's a mistake. I think there's certain things that they should continue to always do. Yeah, modernize your ship. No one has a problem with that, but leave certain traditions the same.
Yeah,
and they may get to it. I think more people raise enough hell about it. Maybe they'll So let's go about 10 more minutes here. Let's see. Wrapping things up, you've got the Carnival Spirit. What size? What class is that? I'm not sure if I think I've seen them. I think they keep that on. They've kept it on the West Coast, haven't they? Or have they been a?
No, it just came down from Alaska.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I've seen them on for Alaska. There you go.
Yeah, I can't remember what class that is.
Cruising Vet says it's like not a fan of the Vista Atrium. Looks more like the hospital waiting room. Absolutely, I totally feel it. You know, I love the Vista. I do. I love their casino. Um, I love the part where you're just above the casino and you look down into it. That's a really cool with that funnel right there. But I like the
Yes.
layout.
Yeah, the Spirit is the very first one of the Spirit class. So that's the first one, Spirit
Okay.
class. I was actually supposed to be on the Freedom, but they ended up changing not to change the itinerary, but change ships on us.
Yeah, that's the one that caught on fire, right? The funnel.
No, they changed it before that.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Was that the one that the funnel got caught on fire?
Yeah, it's the same one, but yeah, it's the same ship. Yeah, the caught fire, but they changed our ships around before they had that fire.
Oh, okay, all right. They do crazy stuff like that for some reason. I guess it makes sense for them.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about switching it because on our very first, it's the same itinerary we had originally booked. Then they changed it because of the pandemic, but they changed the ships on us from the Freedom, I think, and then to the Breeze or something. They changed it once before, but then everything was canceled. Then they did it again with the Freedom and went to the Spirit.
Yeah,
and I'm at to see how our stateroom where because they placed us. I didn't get to choose this one since they changed the ships, and it's right next to lifeboats, and I don't know if I'm gonna like that very much.
yeah. My sister-in-law on that one that you and I were on, that first one, she stayed on one of those cove balconies on the Dream. I liked it, but the only problem is you look up and you see the bottom of those lifeboats. That's kind of takes away from.
For me, as soon as I walk out, I think it's to the right lifeboat, like right here. So I'm glad I have one of them longer sticks so I can get her up around the lifeboat a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Randy Cass says, hello from San Antonio. From San Antone. Do you think Fashion of the Fun is coming back soon? I hope so. Because here's the deal. The main reason why I hope so, because we always stay in suites, right? We always stay in suites, and we're about to be the platinum. We're about to get all those perks and everything. But the people who I cruise with or whatever, they may not be staying in suites, like my kids, or like this coming time, my sister-in-law in February, we're going with my sister-in-law again, and we've got a suite, she doesn't. And so the boarding times are different, and I like to be one of the first on there. But when you have someone, that's with you, it's not staying in the suite, they got to load at their time, load like we're truck drivers, but, get up on the board. That's the proper term. So if she had Faster the Fun, that would have been a lot better for us, for sure. Now, what we plan on doing is like, okay, I'm going to go on with the suite guests. It's going to allow me my time to go and do the room tour that I'm going to do and do all that stuff. And I'll probably be bringing some stuff that way my wife doesn't have to carry a bunch of stuff. And then she's probably maybe 10, 15 minutes after me. It does not take that much longer, but it's the congestion that you get in the elevators when everybody's boarding. It's a lot easier when there's not that many people in there. And you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go up to 7 or wherever we're at, because the suite, those rooms are ready to go when you get on there. So, but Faster the Fun, the best part about that is I think the boarding times never really took advantage of any kind of water shuttle. This last time we did for Half Moon Cay, we did take advantage of water shuttle for the suites, but outside of that, let's see, what other perks do you have with Faster the Fun? I mean, it's basically the same as a suite or a platinum diamond guess, I think.
Yeah, you just pay for it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, listen, Carnival's in the business of making money. That was something for people to do. You know, it's like, hey, I'm not platinum. I don't want a suite or whatever, but I could spend this $200 or whatever it was for a for Fashion of Fun. And I know there was only limited how many they had. It's not like, oh, anyone can get it. It's like, no, you
Yeah.
had to be fast on the trigger for that. I think we only got it once. I don't even remember why we got it. It probably was for our kids, but I can't remember. It's been so long now. I can't even remember the reason why we got it because there's only been 2 cruises that we haven't stayed in a suite. And that's our first cruise and the June cruise on the Vista. So the rest of the time, we've just been spoiled.
Yeah. I told my wife, I said, once we do this ocean suite on the Jubilee, we may not want to go below the suite.
The bathrooms are bigger, okay, and the perks are better, okay.
Yeah.
And the perks in the bathroom is worth the price of admission. They just really are.
Yeah, because we got a junior suite on the breakaway. The only different what I see on video is the bathroom. It's a little bit larger, and you get the two sinks.
Mm-hmm. And to me, that my wife says a storage area because she's usually the one putting up the clothes and stuff like that. So yeah, she says that's the biggest perk, one of the biggest perks. I don't look at it like that. Yeah, I listen. I could leave all my stuff in a suitcase for crying out loud. I mean, I've lived in a truck for how long, and most of those times I put on my clothes. I was like when I was out there, I hardly ever did OTR, but so I was out usually five nights, 4 to 5 nights a week. And that's to me, that's not even enough to pull all your stuff out of your bag. And so I would leave all my clean clothes in a bag. And so I'm used to that. But hey, I'm living out of this truck and I could, it's just me by myself. But it's different when, the wife and she doesn't understand all that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Have you ever had your wife out there on the road with you?
She went with me once and she won't go again.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. She said that the first time we went out there, but I was a rookie. I was 2002 and I was still trying to figure it out. And she came out there expecting me to know everything. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going. But no, my wife loved being out there eventually, but this is what she did. She'd spend a week to a month. The longest time she spent out there was a month. And let me tell you what, she was so organized with the clothes and stuff like that. I was like, it's just a truck. Oh, I don't want to sleep in my clothes. Like what I mean, like, with her clothes on the bed. Like, I do it all the time. Sometimes I use them as a pillow. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
but yeah, that's but she organizes all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, and she can't wait to get the bags in. She was like, when bag come in, I'm the one having to take a heavy freaking bag, put it up on the freaking, because these bags are heavy, dude. She stuffs these things.
Yeah.
We got those little 4 rolly deals on them, or you just they all
spinners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just upgrade our luggage for this cruise too.
Yep.
You'll
love them. You will absolutely love them. We started doing that maybe 2 cruises ago. Dude, best investment.
Yeah, I did. It started on our last cruise there in February. They're out of Galveston on the Vista, but it was the soft-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's hard. The bad thing about the soft-sided, you load the front too much, it still tips.
Yeah.
So we upgraded to the hard-sided this time and try that.
Oh, they work so much better. And they're pretty much waterproof, I think. And the reason I say that, sometimes we have to put something in the back of the pickup truck. But for the most part, I tell you what, our next cruise is in February. It can't get here fast enough, but there's just so much going on. So you're getting on that friggin' spirit over there, and I can't wait to see those videos. So if anyone's on here watching this late in, Salt Life Cruising on YouTube, he does a video every 2 years. It's great. But no, he'll be doing videos and stuff like that for sure.
I gotta get him caught up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, get them caught. Those old ones you can put on there later. I would definitely, if I was you, I would like, okay, this is the new stuff. I'm gonna put those on, and then when I get back time, I'll put those old stuff on. But yeah, I look forward to hearing what how your cruise went. Hearing about the Spirit. Never been on it. Seen pictures. Seen them on the website, but just never really got interested in that ship. And there's another ship, the sister ship of that size. Can't remember.
We were on the Legend.
Legend.
Legends. It was February 2020. My wife, she really enjoyed the Legend.
Is the Spirit the one that has like all the Halloween looking stuff on it? Like that has like a monster or something on there in the back of the ship or something. Like
I don't know. I never noticed that one.
It may be a different ship. Let me know. Let me know. It's kind of. I'm sure you'll do some videos on it. I'm interested in it because that's I think that's the one they usually keep on the West Coast to do Alaska and Hawaii. But
yeah.
But anyway, I think we'll call it off. We've been a little 10 minutes over where I kind of want to go an hour, but we were kind of middle of something there. So, so you guys have fun. October 22nd on, and I'll change the title so that way people will look up that cruise and they'll be looking for you. They'll say, "Hey, I seen you."
I have started something. I've only started. I haven't added anything to it, but I started a Facebook group.
Oh, you did?
I don't know if you got the invite. I sent to one of your Facebooks, but it's Salt Life Cruising on Facebook.
Okay, let me look. I'm on my page, the Bonehead Truckers page. I do more stuff on there than I do anything else these days.
I think I started an Instagram one and a Twitter one, but I haven't done nothing.
Yeah,
it's just started the page. That's all I've done so far.
Well, you invited me to Carnival Spirit October 22nd.
Is that what I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I did the wrong one then.
Yeah, the wrong one.
I'll send that one to you later, but yeah, it's the Salt Life Cruising on Facebook.
Salt Life Cruising on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know if you got TikTok. I'm adding you to stuff. Discord. Whatever the newest trendy Snapchat, the newest trendy thing that the kids are using. I don't even know that my kids use stuff. I don't even know what that is, but they're good kids, so it doesn't bother me too much. But anyways, Guy, well, man, y'all have fun down there, and I can't wait to see the videos and that you come up with, and you can jump up on here live when you get back.
Oh yeah, I will.
All right, man. We'll holler at you more later. To all the people watching, we'll try to do these about once a week, once every other week or something. Let's just see. I'll try to get my cruise news or whatever I'm going to do, cruise talk. I'll try to do that, my weekly thing again. I just got busy doing other things. All right, man. You guys have a good one, and talk to y'all more later.
Have a good one.